Hi there and welcome back to another Delphox cards video. And today, as you can see by the title of the video, I'm moving on from the point guards and we're heading on into the shooting guards. And obviously, how can you start a NBA shooting guard book with none other than the absolute GOAT of shooting guards, which would be MJ. So we'll kick it off right away here and start with the GOAT, Michael Jordan. A lot of Michael Jordan cards here that I inherited from my dad, so obviously I enjoy Michael Jordan. I grew up in Rockford, Illinois. My dad and mom lived there during the height of the Bulls championship, so I was like 4 or 5 when they got done. But a lot of memories because watched a lot of Space Jam as a kid, and we had all the Bulls stuff around our house. So yeah, pretty big MJ fan, I would say. Not the biggest by any means, but I really like Michael Jordan. And honestly, who doesn't? If you're a fan of basketball, Michael Jordan highlights are like the best. So a lot of MJ cards here to enjoy. Most of these that I'm kind of scrolling through, I got from somebody at church. They had a box of them. Like, honestly, just take them. There's not a whole lot in there that we need. So here's one of him playing baseball. I love this card with MJ and Larry Bird. Just a really cool Michael Jordan card. Yeah, MJ, the GOAT. I'd say undisputed, but no, it's not. Wow, I just really like how this Harold Miner and this MJ are on the same card. If you watch The Last Dance, that's funny. I go right into Kobe. I'm not a Kobe fan. I just had a friend who is not with us anymore who was a Kobe fan, and so like in the last few years, I've just gained some respect for Kobe. In that way, is that he kind of brings me some good memories. So. But I must admit, growing up, I did not like Kobe Bryant, and he's not my favorite player or anything. Just, I think he's one of the best shooting guards ever, but having him in this far forward in the book is kind of because of that reason, just because it brings me good memories. We hop right into AI. Now, I did love AI. This is like peak AI. I can distinctly remember my aunt talking at Christmas one time. Why would he like AI? And she's like, well, he wears all the headbands and the sleeves and he's got the tats and that's what kids like today. And I honestly, that's true. Like, oh, that blue jersey, fire. AI is so cool. Yeah, he just was cool. And my dad does not like AI. And as I get older, like, I don't like Kyrie Irving that much. And I can kind of see like this style of play is not my favorite as I get older. But he was just so fun. And he was in Like Mike. Look at that AI. Oof. I got a couple more of him in the Nuggets. I got a couple more of his cards that I got to add to the collection here. But AI was he was definitely one of those guys that I enjoyed watching a lot as a kid. Love this Fearless card down here. Yeah, really good player. I got a lot of his stuff here. We move on into some more AI, but then kind of into some Dwayne Wade. And Dwayne Wade, again, a lot of memories of watching him as a kid. I mean, more into high school. And, you know, I can remember being in 6th grade and watching him in the finals against Dirk. And, yeah, Dwayne Wade was a very, very good player. Had some really good memories of, like, going over to my friend Brad's house. And we would use Dwayne Wade on his computer. He had NBA Live 06 in the dunk contest, so a lot of fun with Dwayne Wade there. Get into VC. I love Vince Carter. His Nets era is not my favorite, but I do love the Raptors era, and then at any time after that, he just was kind of like an awesome vet. One of the most popular players when I was a kid growing up, and so Vince Carter, obviously a stud, played for quite a few teams, I would say. I like this card with Scottie Pippen and Darius Miles. It's a cool three. I couldn't see Darius Miles for a second there, but yeah. So a lot of Vince Carter cards because I just think he's awesome. I could kind of gush about him all day. The guy's a stud. If you didn't like watching him dunk, I don't think you like basketball, so I can't help you there, you know. We move on to T-Mac and family to, oh, look at that, Fearless. The family to Vince Carter. Rockets era T-Mac, Magic era T-Mac is like peak basketball to me, so obviously you can't think about that era without him. He was amazing. And these guys kind of are more my bread and butter. I know we went through the point guards. There's a few guys I really like, but I love like Vince Carter, AI, T-Mac. This would have been my era of really loving, and I still love the NBA, but really loving the NBA to start. I used to wait for the newspaper to come in and see who got traded or see who did what, and then I would go put it in my like NBA 04 Inside Drive game for like 3 years, because you know, you're a little kid, you don't have enough money for other games, and I'd wait on TNT at night because my dad didn't like basketball, so I would watch all the basketball I could when I was down in the basement, and then I try to replicate all their moves. I had a hoop in my basement, and it just was a lot of fun. T-Mac core in those memories. Milwaukee Buck, Piston, Heat, Sonics. Watched a lot of Ray Allen growing up. His shot is amazing. Jesus Shuttlesworth. But Ray Allen was on two teams that I really liked. It was that Miami Heat team against the Spurs, and then I really liked the Celtics. I've mentioned that before. So the Celtics teams that he was on, I really enjoyed. But yeah, Ray Allen is awesome. It's just sad that he doesn't get along with KG and Paul Pierce anymore, because I love those two players. But nonetheless, an absolute unit, Special Forces. So here I got Reggie. I think Reggie's awesome. I wouldn't call myself like the biggest Reggie Miller fan by any means, but I admire his shooting. I admire, you know, some of the stuff he did. He wouldn't be like, you know, top 10 or top 20 on my favorite players list, but nonetheless, a lot of respect. Obviously, he's in the first binder, and I really like him. So, go Reg. A lot of fun cards to look at here. So, yeah, a lot of older stuff that I found over the years, and I kind of like these older cards. They bring back some good memories. We get to a guy, though, that is one of my favorite players, because I've mentioned this Piston team on the channel before. The 04 Pistons, if not one, is at the lowest two on my favorite teams list. And Rip, you can't mention that team without Rip. So, Richard Hamilton, The Mask. This man was really fun to watch. Kicking to Klay Thompson. I wouldn't call myself a Klay Thompson fan. I just watched a lot of Klay Thompson, so he's high up on my list. One of the best shooters I've ever watched in my lifetime. Not so much anymore, but a stud. A player I really don't like, and I am surprised I did put him in this front binder, but when I made this, he was really in his MVP years, and so can't deny how good he is and how he's probably the best all-around scorer in NBA history, if not in the top 5, whatever. But James Harden, the beard, not my favorite player, especially as of late. Never really has been, but he's awesome. I mean, he's an awesome player. Michael Redd, that's my childhood right there. I love Michael Redd. My first ever Bucks game, he was the star, scored a lot of points, so that was fun. Jimmy Butler, I really like Jimmy Butler, especially because of the documentary out right now. He's kind of fun to get a look at him as a dad, and behind the scenes, he's kind of a goofball. Went to Marquette here in Wisconsin, so I like him for that. And he is, I mean, that one finals against LeBron, that man put it all out there. So he was awesome. I don't think you could call Chris Middleton a shooting guard anymore. I think a while back maybe, but I think he's always been kind of a small forward. But he's in this book. Oh well. What does it matter? I love this card right here. My dad got me that for Christmas. Awesome, awesome card. A lot of Chris Mid, because he's a Buck. That's why I say Bucks, Celtics, and the Pistons. Those have been my 3 favorite years. The 21 Bucks, the 08 Celtics, and the 04 Pistons are amazing. And Chris Middleton had a lot to do with that championship. Clyde the Glide helped the Rockets to a championship. Went to that as a Blazer. This man is a beast. I think he's how I wrap my book out here. So Clyde the Glide Drexler. I already have 10 minutes and I've just been going through the pages. So amazing player, amazing dunker. What else do you say about the guy? He's just really good. Got a bunch of sweet cards of him here. And so yeah, so that is the Shooting Guards 1 book. We'll go through Shooting Guards 2 probably tomorrow. And as always, may God bless you and have a good one.